Hey guys, I would like to do a complete uninstallation of UiPath Studio. I have been facing some of the problem and I'm pretty sure there will be many people who will be having a similar problem like me. I am going to show you on the laptop. The UiPath Studio files might be there inside program data, local app data, user profile. There are multiple locations in which you would find the traces of UiPath. So I would like to completely remove everything from my laptop and would like to go for a new installation. First of all, let me move on my screen and I'm going to show you what are those problems that I am facing, because of which I have decided to move on to complete clean uninstallation. Okay, so let's move on to our screen and let's see them. So I am facing two different problems. Now the moment I open UiPath Studio, you can see on my screen there is an error. It says the installed version of Studio and robot do not match. That means my UiPath Assistant version and this is not matching, but that is not true. They are matching, but this error still comes. And the other problem is, if I am opening UiPath Assistant, if I open directly from my search button, it doesn't open. Every time I have to open Task Manager and I need to kill the process from the Task Manager and try to reopen it. So let me sort by UiPath and I need to kill all the UiPath Assistant processes. Okay, and then let me try to open UiPath Assistant. Now you can see the UiPath Assistant has opened. So let me go to the preferences. Now let me click on help. Now in the help section here you can see it is 2022 December 12 means December.0, right? So both the versions are actually matching. If you see, even on my studio it is 2022.12.0. Okay, both should match. So this error should not come, but it is coming. This is one thing. The other one is I'm trying to upgrade my UiPath Studio to 2023.4, the recent one, and that is also failing. It's not happening. Okay, the automatic update facility that we have, that is throwing error on my screen time to time. I do not have it now, but again time to time it throws an error stating could not complete the installation. So because of all these problems, now I have decided, let me completely uninstall UiPath Studio and reinstall it back. So let's see how this can be done. Let's close everything and then start getting onto the programs and features. Or on Windows 10 now you will have add or remove programs. We'll go there. In this apps and feature, I'm going to type UiPath and select this and click on uninstall. On your system, if you are running with the older version of Windows, you might see programs and feature or add or remove programs. Based on that, you go to that location and search for UiPath and hit on uninstall. Okay, now you can see the uninstallation of Studio will start in a few seconds. Now you can see the uninstallation is complete and you will see this kind of a page coming up. We are sorry to see you go, but we are not going anywhere. We'll come back. We'll again install it back. Okay, so let's have a quick check. If I'm typing UiPath, you can see nothing is there. Okay, UiPath Studio and UiPath Assistant both has been uninstalled, but there are traces which we need to remove. I'm going to show you next. Now to remove all the traces, let me give you a disclaimer. Please take a backup before deleting. Okay, these are the location we will get onto and we'll remove those specific traces completely from the system. But if you, in case for any reason, if you need them, please do take a backup of all these files before deleting them. Okay, if you are using a community edition and you are not worried about the data, then please go for it. So let's get started. I'm going for the first location. So I will do Windows R, or I'll open the run prompt on my screen and I'm going to go for program data UiPath. Okay, hit on enter. So you can see program data UiPath has come. This has packages. Okay, if you see, automated with Rakesh 1.0.6 NuGet package 1.0.7, couple of my projects, it has stored it here. If you really need them, please take a backup elsewhere. Okay, I am going to remove it because it's fine for me. So I'll go to the UiPath folder and I'm going to delete this specific path. Okay, once again, Windows R, how did I reach to this place? And I'm going to share you all this. You don't have to type it. I would probably provide the link where you can find all these options, all these paths, and you can directly copy paste and run it. So I'm going to hit on enter. So I reached this location. I'm going to hit on delete. Okay, so this thing has been deleted. So I'm going to remove the primary folder itself, UiPath. So I'm going to hit on delete, or you can do a shift delete. Okay, so this is the first thing which is gone now. So this is done. Now if I try to search this Windows R and if I hit on OK, this location is not there. So this is completely gone. Now let's move on to the second location, UiPath. Be very careful because I am deleting because I don't need them. So you need to be very careful. Now we are going to local app data percentage. Okay, hit on enter. So this is the location, your user app data local UiPath. So this is the location. I'll go one step back and I'm going to remove the entire UiPath itself. Before deleting anything, just have a check. Okay, if you have something important you don't want to delete, please take a backup. So I'll go one step back and I'm going to right click on this and I'm going to delete it. This action cannot be completed because the folder or file is open in another program. Okay, I don't know, something is still utilizing this. So if this happens, go to your task manager and try to see if anything is still utilizing that specific path, or else do a restart. As I said, you can do a restart. See, there is something still running. You can see UiPath user service. Okay, so I will right click. I will click on go to details, right click, and I'm going to click on end process tree. Okay, so all done. I hope there will be no other UiPath services running. Okay, let me try again. Okay, so now it worked. You understood? So wherever you find anything related to UiPath, you can go ahead and delete them. So here I see another UiPath add-in. Right click and delete. Okay, done. So this is done. Now let's move on to our third thing, which is app data. This time it is not local app data. This is app data. Again, Windows R and hit on OK. All right, so you have come to this location. Here you can see this is all different usage history, license, internal logs, migration, all these things are there. So I'll go to the roaming folder and I'm going to remove this entire thing. Delete. There's also something called UiPath Assistant, okay, in the roaming folder. App data, okay. So wherever you find the traces, I'm going to remove them, no matter where they are, what they are. Let me close this. Okay, so here in the app data roaming, there's a folder. I'm going to right click, uninstall, delete. Okay, gone. Is there any other UiPath things? No, so we are good. So we are done with the third one. Let's get into this one. Copy Windows R and hit on OK. So now it is not going. So what I will do, I will simply type percentage user profile percentage. Okay, if that doesn't work for you, just try this. Okay, so now you can see I am here. And here you can see there is a .nugget. Okay, so I'm going to open that and there's a packages folder. Okay, and here you can see Google APIs, Microsoft. Okay, and then runtime. There's so many things inside. UiPath activities, form activity library, contracts, web API activities. Okay, there are so many, all the packages are there in this one nugget, so I'm going to delete it. I'm going to completely remove this particular folder. Right click and I'm going to delete it. So take a backup in case you are afraid of deleting anything. So please take a backup and then try this. Okay, so there are so many good amount of files are there. So this will take a lot of time. Kindly wait for it to complete. Then we'll move on to our fifth location. Okay, so now the dot nugget location is gone. So this is done. Now let's move on to the fifth location. Okay, Windows R, and let's click on OK. So V3 cache. Okay, all these things are there. So I'll go one step back, one more step back, and this entire thing I'm going to right click, delete. So if you do this way, at least these things will be back in the recycle bin. You can put them back, okay, in case some problem. So I'm not doing a shift delete, rather doing a delete. So this is done. Now let's move on to this location for the UiPath assistant process. Windows R, paste. Okay, this doesn't go. If this happens, what I will do, I'll go until maybe start menu or programs. I'll go, okay, I'll go until this path. Windows R, paste. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it has gone. Now we have to look for UiPath Assistant. Do you see? Yeah, there is something called UiPath Assistant Automation. Based on your version of UiPath Studio you had, you might have a slightly different name, but this is the UiPath one. So I will right click on this and I'm going to delete it. Okay, so I believe all the specific locations we have removed it. Okay, all the traces of UiPath have been removed. Now the next step is to install it. So let's see how this can be done. So after you have removed everything, please do a restart of your computer and then we will go for clean installation. Now here for installation, where I should go, I will go to the resource center from cloud.uipath.com. Okay, just log into your cloud.uipath.com. I hope you have already signed in. Okay, so it'll, and on my Chrome it is already saved, so it will automatically going to sign me in. So let's wait for a few seconds. Okay, so now on the right hand side from the home page, okay, go to the home page. On the home page on the right hand side you have the option to download. Okay, create automations with UiPath Studio family or low code visual development tools. So hit on download. And once you download, here you would find UiPath Studio cloud.msi. Okay, Microsoft installer file will be downloaded. Wait for a few seconds for it to complete. I can see it is around 979 MB. So with time it might change. So right now close to 1 GB it is. So let's wait for it to download. Okay, so finally we have the UiPath Cloud Studio Cloud.msi got downloaded. I'm going to double click on this particular file. Wait for a few seconds. Now you can see the Windows installer has started preparing to install. Okay, so now you can see this is the 2023 edition, 2023.4 to be precise. And I'm going to go for quick recommended for community users, custom recommended for enterprise advanced users. So anything is fine. Let's say if I go to custom, I accept and configure. Install for me only, install for all users for this computer. So I'll select install for me only. Choose packages. So you can go for either of the options. Okay, as a community user, there will be a quick way. Automation developer. Install UiPath Studio, Studio X, Assistant and Robot to build and run automation. Attended Robot, install UiPath Assistant and Attended Robot. So I will go for the first option, Automation Developer. Now I'm going to hit on install. Okay, so please wait while the product installs. So we have to wait from here, let it complete. Get this prompt which is going to say if you want to continue installing the UiPath extension for Chrome, please close all your Chrome processes, then click OK. So I have actually opened my Chrome. So what I will do, I'm going to close this Chrome because we need the extension, right, for the automation. So I have closed it, and then I'm going to click on OK. So let's wait for it to complete. Chrome browser process are still running. Do you want to force close them? Say OK. Alright, hopefully this is going to continue installing the Chrome extension. Alright guys, now you can see it has completed the installation. It took almost like 10 to 15 minutes because we have deleted all the files and everything should have been downloaded by now. So everything is done. So completed the UiPath setup. So let me hit on launch UiPath Studio. Go through the sign in options. So I'll go with service URL and I'm going to hit on sign in. Cloud.uipath.com wants to open this application. Say open UiPath. Okay, so you can see it has directly logged me in using my email address. Okay, this is also one straightforward option. So this way connection failed, cannot acquire license. Okay, I got this error. So let me go back and I'm going to choose the more option. If that works for you, well and good. Because in my cloud a bit of configuration has been, I have created a tenant and bit of configuration is changed. So I'll go with sign in option. Not this one. I'll go with connect to orchestrator option. Okay. So here there is an option orchestrator URL, client ID, client secret. So how to get that? Let me show you. So first of all, let me log into cloud.uipath.com and I'll click on the orchestrator. Okay. So this until here, if you see tenant Rakesh orchestrator, until here I'm going to copy this link. Okay, this link is required. So it is asking for orchestrator URL. So let me copy this link and enter the URL. Okay, this is done. Now it is asking for client ID, client secret. Okay, so where do you get the client ID and client secret? To get the client ID and client secret, let's click on tenant and here I'm going to hit on machines. Okay, machines, and this is my PC. Okay, I have already configured it earlier. If not, you can create a add machine and go with the standard machine or the machine template. So this configuration, most of you may be knowing. Otherwise, there are videos which I've created, you can watch them. Otherwise, this is my machine which I've already configured. So once you have configured, you hit on edit machine. Okay, edit machine, and here if you scroll down, there you find something called client ID. This is another way. Okay, client ID. I'm going to copy this client ID. Okay, and I need a client secret. For that, this is the old one. So anyways, I'm going to remove this. I'm going to click on add new. Okay, client secret, add new. So you can see the secret has come. I'll copy this. I'll change it. If you want, I can delete, recreate, all that you can do. So hit on continue. Okay, now let's see. So after this video I'm going to delete this because this is not safe. I'm going to delete and recreate another ID. So now you can see the UiPath Studio has been launched. So you can skip the tour and go through the tour. Okay, and also let's check the UiPath Assistant. Okay, so if you open UiPath Assistant and orchestrator settings, you can see with the client ID and client secret it got connected. So I'm going to delete this client secret and recreate and re-enter that. I will do that. So guys, so my objective was to guide you on how can you do a complete clean uninstallation. That means deleting all the traces of UiPath from your system, and then how can you go for the new installation. So right now my system has 2023.4, which is 2023. 4 means April month. So for the current month I have the latest and updated UiPath Studio, and I do not have earlier problems which I had, because of which I had to go through this route of uninstalling everything, removing everything, all the traces from my laptop and going for a clean installation once again. So that was the motto. Be careful. Couple of disclaimers before deleting any files. Ensure you take backup and you check what you are trying to delete. Take a backup of all of them and then go for a deletion. Okay, if it is really required. So thank you guys. So let's move on to our next video and we will meet once again in our next content. Till then, take care. Bye bye.